Man, well, good morning, y'all. What's up? It's like these folks that want me to talk. The little live went out. But anyway, let me get straight to it because I don't have like a few moments to say hello. Let me get straight to the topics. Y'all know what they are, and I had 3 up here, but my time is limited. So we don't get a chance to talk. Even just for a minute. Whew. Okay. Try to get as much as I can before this thing shuts off. Like I only have like a few bars left. I think I'm right at 64%, so I'll try to talk quickly. Have actually 3 topics. I'm gonna try to squeeze in 2. And if you have not heard about my short story, go and check it out. It's called "The Greatest Pain Ever Felt." The greatest pain ever felt. A conversation with my absent biological father, who never wanted to be found. And it's basically stories about when I accidentally found out about who my absent biological father really is, and he never wanted to meet. And so I finally went and knocked on his door years later, after finding out at age 22. He came on the porch, said, "What's up?" And he asked me, "Hey, how'd you find me?" And I said, "Google MapQuest." And he was like, "I have to give you an A for effort, because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me." So if you'd like to check out that short story, it's been described as a powerful read, a great read, a page turner, an emotional roller coaster. It's me just telling exactly what happened, how I felt, and all of that when I first found out about it, and all of that. So hit your boy on the Cash App that's on this Facebook page, and on my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinion. Is like, share, and subscribe at your own risk. And it's a $10 Cash App or PayPal, Rico the Opinionist, $ Rico the Opinionist. And please send an email address with your payment, because it is in a PDF format. I can email it to you. You can take it wherever you want to go, laptop, desktop, your phone, and read it while you're getting your nails done, or whether it's while you're chilling at home. Instead of picking up the PlayStation, pick this up and read it. It won't take long if you're one of those persons who like to read. It's pretty juicy. Once you get past the introduction and all that stuff, get straight to the story. My thank yous and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I have a couple of topics this morning that I wanted to talk about. And I'm going to do a follow-up on one that I did yesterday about my conversation about Alfonso Ribeiro, you know, Carlton Banks from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He all of a sudden now, after 40 years, wants attention from the black community. And here he is, what I call this Lee Daniels mess, accusing black people of doing something to him because of one person, what one person did. And then he's playing victim of some kind. And I talked about ways in which he can connect with the black community on yesterday. But today, I had to go back and look at the articles. I read a couple of blog articles when he was where he was sharing his story. And the title is what gets me. He says Alfonso Ribeiro accuses the black community of disowning him because he married a white woman. Isn't that childish? Isn't that so antiquated? Isn't that so behind the times? This dude here said that black folks abandoned him because who he married, because of a white woman. Are you kidding me, Alfonso? That right there is an insult, just like the insult that you used in your story to symbolize BET as being our entire race. Well, you know, I can buy a ticket to BET, but I'm not. No, they ain't gonna invite me. You know, man, forget you. When have you ever done anything BET worthy? But I do understand black people come in a myriad of thinking processes. We do different things. Black is not just one thing. So you would think that BET would have you on even, but you were watched by a lot of black people on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Even in the house of LL Cool J. But you were loved and liked by black people, Alfonso. But so what you trying to do now, bro? So I just think that accusation is so disingenuous whenever I hear anybody who's black and you're dating or marrying white women. Let me say for black men or black women. Nobody's disowning you because of who you marry. Nobody really cares. Why should you? You didn't give a damn when you decided to date them. So why the hell do you think we care? Nobody cares. But that seems to make news for these Tay Diggses of the world and Alfonso Ribeiro to say that black folks abandoned them because they dated a white woman, married a white woman. First of all, and also this goddamn lie that people who date interracially, men and women, I'm sick of this crap, and we need to address them whenever they say this dumb crap. Well, people can't help who they fall in love with, because I met a woman, I fell in love with her. This is Alfonso Ribeiro. I met a woman and I fell in love with her. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to equate this with crime statistics. Are y'all ready for this? Because people don't really think. My Aquarius mind takes me all over the place. It says, do you know when we talk about quote-unquote black-on-black crime, we always say, black-on-black crime. Well, and people who say you shouldn't say that because they make the statement, which is a fact, people murder within their own vicinity. People, just like in all groups, in all races, they murder, they date, they do whatever with the people who's around them, mostly. So, to you black folks out there who got white wives and white husbands and white boyfriends, white girlfriends and all this shit. Well, I just met a woman I fell in love with. In order for you to do that, you have to make a conscious decision to remove yourself from your vicinity. Y'all didn't hear me, did you? Because there's black folks, black men and women who grew up and went to a black high school, black junior high school, went to a black college, and somehow out of all of that, they still eke out a white man or a white woman. So you made a conscious decision to separate yourself. Alfonso Ribeiro. Alfonso, were you ever around an actual concentrated group of blacks? Black women, Alfonso Ribeiro? See, you didn't think about to check your ass on that, would you? And anybody else who has that charge, well, they hate me because of our interracial love. And then, Alfonso Ribeiro says, y'all pay attention to words. He said, I'm in a mixed relationship. Well, I can't stand these motherfuckers. Y'all think y'all so brilliant, don't you? Y'all worse than the LGBT with these coming up with words that don't make sense. I'm in a mixed relationship. No, you're in an interracial relationship that you conscientiously sought out and you chose because of who you surrounded yourself with. You know how black women say in corporate America, there are no black men. I can't see any black men in the corporate America. And my response to them is, leave the building, heifer. They're all around when you leave the building. Or go where black men are. You know how people take vacations to go to people they want to be around, like black folks say, let's go to Latin America because they want to be around a bunch of Latinas. Or let's say let's go to Africa, they want to be around African women. So we want to be around black folks. That means you would ingratiate yourself. Follow me. You ingratiate yourself around a group of people who you want to date and be with. So y'all stop lying and playing these games like somebody's victimizing you. You conscientiously, Alfonso Ribeiro, Tay Diggs, and anybody else who complains about somebody don't accept you. You conscientiously surrounded yourself with nothing but white people. Guess what? Of course you had a plethora of white women. You saw the one that you liked the best out of white women. So stop acting like playing a victim. Y'all be killing me with this shit. And people should not allow you to get away with saying these things. Because it's disingenuous at best. So, what else did he say that I probably missed out on in my other live from yesterday? Crying victim. And that's anybody else. It's not just Alfonso. It's a lot of black folks who said that shit. You go to an all-white college, and then people are shocked when you come home with a white man or a white woman. And these black athletes, they're surrounded by nothing but Caucasians. Then y'all are tripping because they got a white girlfriend. They ain't come out of no black college. These black athletes, a lot of them came from white universities, big white universities, where they're placed in a bubble with nothing but white girls around them. If she ain't white, she's so biracial, she might as well be white. Yeah, look at these black athletes, black football players. All of their babies are non-black. Most of them, I'm sorry, I shouldn't generalize. But y'all know the ones talking about has made the news. All these biracial or non-black chicks, and none against my biracial babies. They're beautiful too. But we need to cut the bullshit. We conscientiously make decisions. What we gonna do? Who we gonna date? Because we know, even and to imply that when you date a white woman, a white man, that there's no bad apples with that race makes you doubly disingenuous. It lets me know that I say interracial relationships are based on strategy when black people enter them. White people ain't got nothing to lose in no interracial relationship. They're already on top. Some of them may lose some of their privilege, but as long as they go out as a white man or white woman, their privilege is still intact until they drag your ass along and your little mixed kids. They still have to be in the white world. And their white privilege still works, as long as you let them lead the way. Come on, somebody. And so y'all cut this bullshit out like somebody's attacking you or disowning you because you made a conscious decision to go elsewhere. Not only in the way you date, but in the way you think. So Alfonso Ribeiro, man, shut the fuck up in that regard. If you want to hang out with black folks, well, make a conscientious effort to do that, one that you never did in your entire goddamn life. All your friends, are, if they're black, they're rich, they're Will Smith and whoever else. The only somebody I've seen you connected with as black is Will Smith, because y'all acted together. Yeah. And shout out to Will Smith, by the way. He's the coolest. I think I'm going to like that new movie he's doing, King Richard. And I hope they did their father some justice in that movie, King Richard. I hope they respected him, because if it wasn't for him, there would be no Serena and Venus. And because they did opposite. They did opposite. You're talking about two black women who conscientiously separated themselves from black folks and got them some white men, even though they had a strong, powerful king father. People say, well, you know, most black girls want a man like their father. Yeah, right. That bust a hole in that goddamn theory. Neither one of them wanted a man like their dad. They wanted a beta male simp white guy. So that's what they got, and you know, and may the universe bless their love, I guess. And so next, I want to talk about the hypocrisy and the anti-black man misandry of the cancel culture. Because it's so fake. You know, and then the baby thing is taking on all types of roots and leaves and branches. And it just points directly to the one thing. Black men are not allowed to move in this country, not even allowed to breathe independently in this country. And it's funny, again, when black men get out of line and get off code, all of a sudden it's time to cancel them. You know, you never hear these rappers being attacked for saying the most violent and vicious things about black people in their music. These black feminists don't say anything because they're too busy twerking to it. Then you have these white folks certainly don't say a goddamn thing about it because they're making billions off of black death, black murder, by way of these black rappers. But as soon as they say something to offend one of these protected classes in America, Asians, always white folks, homosexuals especially, LGBTQPPs and pedosexual pedophiles, now it's time to shut the country down like COVID-19 and get to the bottom of this and find a cure for his disease of homophobia. I'm so sick of this, but what I'm most sick of is black women turning on every black man every time Whitey tells them to, okay, now sick 'em, German Shepherd of my German Shepherds. You know, Minister Jap on YouTube and Facebook coined the phrase German Shepherds, or gatekeepers or watchdog for white supremacy. And he ain't lying. As soon as black men get in trouble, you find these black feminists, these hurt black chicks, they join the platforms that are funded by white racists, and they get to barking like German Shepherd. Row, 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 row. That's right, master. Row, 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 row. He a bad black man. Row, 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 row. It reminds me of a anecdote that was shared on Memphis radio by a brother by the name Brother Muhammad, I think his name was. Dang. Brother, he'll come up. He was talking about the white man sitting on the porch during, I guess, the turn of the century. And he had this old dog that laid across the porch at his footstep. And then and all of a sudden, this black man was walking down the road and walking up the driveway, and the dog started barking. Roo, 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 no, roo, master, there's a nigga in the yard. Roo, roo. That's black women today. As soon as you offend homosexuals and white folks and everybody, black women, that's right, the black male patriarchy, the toxic masculinity. Black men, they're so oppressive. They're always policing black women, buddy. They never protect black women. I'm so sick of this shit. And then just like clockwork, on these white-funded platforms, they're all out in full force guarding the LGBT. And it's to a point y'all talking about black men don't protect black women. Why? Because all y'all care about is homosexuals and the LGBT. These young college black girls, they don't stand a chance. They so LGBT. They don't care nothing about no straight black men. Toxic masculinity. That stuff came over by white feminists and white homosexuals. Toxic masculinity. Y'all know what toxic masculinity is? Homosexuality, gay males. That's toxic masculinity. Because masculinity is what makes men men. It makes them the hunter-gatherers, protector providers that women say they want. But you can't hunt and gather, protect, provide for no woman if you like to get bent over a chair and take it up your rear. You can't be bent over the other side of the bed and take it down your throat if you're a man. But that's when women jump up to protect that community instead of standing up and protecting black boys from the racist system of education and criminal justice system. Black women never stand up. They never march for that. They wait till a Negro gets shot down in the streets only by the police. Then all of a sudden, they want to come out and march, and then these arrogant, narcissistic bitches get all on social media and say, well, that's why black women stand on the forefront for black men. No, you heifers don't. Y'all wait until the next police shooting, because that is what brings media attention. That is what'll get you paid if that's your nephew, your uncle, your brother, your husband, your granddaddy. And it also gets you book deals and TV shows off the backs of dead black men. So shut the entire fuck up, you liar, you hypocrite. If you cared about black men, you know what black women would be doing? Standing up against the child support system. If you cared about black men and you know what black women would be doing instead of partnering with racist, lesbian, liberal white women, feminists? You'd be standing up against this racist educational system, this criminal justice system. You'll have marches of black women across America by the hundreds and thousands saying, stop attacking our men. Our daughters need husbands. Black women don't do that. So that's why I don't pay these hoes no attention. Y'all know not all. You know the ones, the famous ones that want to talk about, they're taking our voters' rights. They're doing this and they're attacking black girls. Man, ain't nobody attacking no damn black girls except for other black chicks. Y'all ain't seen the videos on Instagram and World Star and TikTok about attacking no black girls except for each other. I get sick of it. Sick of it. But we're not thinking. We're not paying attention. Hey, B. Mario McDuffie. We're not paying attention. And so with this whole the baby thing, now everybody want to scream and holler about because he's offended homosexuals. But then they don't say, but these same people who are attacking the baby don't have anything to say about these openly black gay rappers who yell N-word all the way through their songs. Even Lil Nas X's new song, with the video, his new rap song, he hollering N-word all the way through it. And these so-called non-homophobic black folks and white folks ain't said nothing about him using that racial slur. But as soon as you say faggot, they want to shut your channel down and call you a homophobic. And y'all believe that crap? People are stupid. And black people are the dumbest motherfuckers in the country. We're mentally, but just still got that brace around our head with that lock on it. Shout out to Carter G. Woodson's first cover of his book, Miseducation of the Negro. We act like we lost our damn minds or never recovered it. I mean, it's the weirdest thing. Everybody can have sick us on everybody, on each other, but we can't sick us on nobody else. And they think they doing something by calling out these Karens. That ain't shit. Karen ain't my problem. Keisha is my damn problem. Keisha is the black man's problem. Karen is what it is. We moved past this heifer. Today, Keisha's been empowered. Hell, she called the police on it, lying about being attacked or abused. She put false positive pregnancy tests on folks to extort money. She called other dudes to get other black men beaten or murdered. She called child support the first chance she get. Hell, you think black men are being systematically incarcerated by the quote-unquote white man that can't do it without the help of our women? Or not our women, but the black women that black men choose to date. Try to look around. And in the world of academics, they just running their mouths. Ain't nobody there but them, except for a few black dudes trying to do the best they can to try to counteract or counterpunch all these lying-ass, these dumb-ass narratives that they putting out about black man misogyny, black man oppressive patriarchy. Oh my God, it makes me sick. So I need more black men to get educated to counteract these lies. And then they running their dumb ass right here saying, well, you know, black women are the least married because there aren't any eligible black men. There are tons of eligible black men. If you don't believe me, ask Becky, Mylene, and Marisol. Hell. But then they forget the fact that over 94% of black men are married to black women. You ever see that? The line. So that's why I say the misandry and the hypocrisy of cancel culture. Then they're going to try to pull Elton John out of their ass. Who is he to try to correct somebody? Hell, by the way, Elton John, it's all about Freddie Mercury anyway, goddammit. Hell. Won't you worry about the racism in England, Elton John? Now, you done got rich off of using black music. I'm like, ain't they going to try to say some shit about... Well, you know, musicians should use their music responsibly to try to bring the people together and bring love and not spread stigmas about AIDS and HIV and LGBT. Shut up, you old fart. And you hear nothing now. Elton John, what the hell would you and the baby and all these other black rappers are talking about murdering other black people? Elton John, son of a bitch. Well, I'm saying, y'all come on now, listen, pay attention. As long as black rappers are destroying and talking about murdering other black men, sexually exploiting black women, don't nobody white or gay give a shit. Because they're dancing to that music. They're buying that music. They're making millionaires out of these rappers. And then no one ever addresses the 3 white men, probably gay, Jew, and homosexual all together, who own, produce, and distribute this rap music. No one ever addresses these guys. 3 white men. Head to these record labels and distribution companies. So I don't pay these women any attention. I don't pay anybody attention when you pick and choose who to cancel. Now, if you're going to cancel black rappers across the board, I'm with it. But you don't cancel them just because they're offended white folks or gays or Asians. That shit get on my damn nerves. And the Asian ones, they holler N-word all day long in the rap music. We got to get ourselves together. The hypocrisy and the misandry of the cancel culture is just glaring. We have nothing to say about it. Let me see how much time I have left. I think I have time for one more. Let's see, maybe, okay. I want to talk about this Simone Biles thing. And the question is, you know, is she a quitter? Because I've been reading everybody's stuff. I know I wished her, no, my other my other live, I said, no, get well soon, good luck to that. You know, but also upon reflection and really thinking about it and hearing what a lot of people have to say. A lot of people are like, good for you, pray, you know, take care of your mental health and all of this. And there are people saying, like this white conservative called her, a disappointment, a national embarrassment. Shut your punk ass up. Shut up, dude. I forgot his name that quick. But yeah, but y'all read it. It's all over social media and regular traditional news, what he said, and now he's issued an apology. And that's the way you do. You cuss somebody out there, issue an apology, and move on and keep your job. So, I was looking at it, and shout out to my man Henry Allen on Facebook. we were having a discussion. He called me and asked me my opinion about it. I told him, well, I kind of moved on. Hadn't really thought about it, but I stopped and I paid attention to the story. And I said, you know what? Because the opinions are varying. So I just want to throw out some possibilities of thoughts, if I may. Some possibilities. I said, you know, lately, these black female athletes have really been claiming mental health when they decide not to continue something. They've really been riding that wave. I'm just taking care of my mental health. I guess I can't take it anymore. But in competition, are you allowed to quit like that? In competition? And then let's go back to, I guess maybe she lost her confidence or something and didn't feel that if she wasn't going to win gold, I shouldn't compete at all. Maybe that was it. And then some people want to say, well, she was molested by that doctor. Y'all know that doctor's on trial right now for, I guess, doing those examinations and going too far with his hands as relates to touching them in their private parts. And I don't know if and I haven't read anywhere yet that he's actually had physical penis to vagina contact with these girls he was examining. But they were saying, well, she was one of those who was molested by him. And I responded to a guy, said, well, that happened a while back, and she has since competed and won multiple medals since that incident, so we can't use that as an excuse or reasoning for her stopping all of a sudden when other stuff have transpired. Like I think she hurt her foot or something, and she didn't do well, and then she received a lot of criticism for her double flips and twists and turns. And then, you know me, I'm no Mr. Conspiracy. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I believe in conspiracy realities. I think all of these entertainers are under contract. Let's go to Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was kicking these white boys' ass. There was no end to him. Let's go to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was kicking folks' ass in the first round in 90 seconds or less. And there are people who make a lot of money on black athleticism. And it's not us. And then you around here just dogging everybody white and others, and you like superior, showing your superior athletic ability. White people step in. We don't know who they are, but they step in. Let's start with Mike Tyson. You know, they sent in a lot of people. And even though Mike Tyson said he didn't take the fight seriously and all of that, but I think they sent in Robin Givens to help bring him on down and you know, playing around and shit, you know, let an actual buster beat him. And then I heard in his story that they decided to put Mike on his bipolar medicine before the goddamn fight. Like, wait a minute. But I guess according to the story, Bobby Brown and all them said, look, we told Mike to go to bed. He was up partying with us because Mike Tyson knew he could have beat that guy with his eyes closed. And he was beating him. But something else happened. Tiger Woods could no white man in golf, the white man's game, if they want to call it. Jack Nicklaus couldn't even come from retirement and beat nobody. And so all of a sudden now, Tiger Woods gets into this squeaky clean record. All of a sudden, he gets into this situation. He's an alcoholic. He's on pills. His wife beats his ass and all this. And so they took him out. These people don't play. And they're all about an image. So now Simone Biles, they were penalizing her for being an actual product of God's hands and her athletic ability. Penalizing her for doing flips that other races could not do. Did y'all hear me? Taking points, allegedly, reportedly, from her performances. And that probably pissed her off. And we didn't come to her rescue, in their regard, hard enough. You know, and question these people. What do you mean? Because she's better than everybody, I want to bring her, as they said in the movie Color Purple, bring her down a peg or two. And they probably told her, look, you need to slow up, baby. We need to let some of these white girls and these Asian girls get some of this shine. And so, her not having the right people around her said, man, forget them. You go do you. Yeah, let this be your last Olympics. You go out, man, with a bang, unless they promised her or threatened her with a particular bang. You know, and then some people say, well, she got this new boyfriend who that she's all in love with. Hell, that could have been a plant, too. Because I don't think black men has really been Simone Biles' taste. She's all in love with Zac Efron, and her last boyfriend was biracial. When did Simone Biles start liking black dudes? See how this stuff plays in? He might have been sent there too. You know, to put some of that the black pimping on him. Might have been. To bring her down. She might just probably have been distracted by that black swagger. And because, you know, when you hear her talk, she's like a chocolate-covered white girl. But, you know, and she grew up, but she was raised around a lot of white folks. She's white. She has what I call ditzy blonde white girl sensibilities. But she has her African abilities in her white girl mind. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot of things. And so one thing a lot of men have been saying, well, it's interesting how women get to quit like that, and they get praised, but under the guise of mental health. But black men, if they dare quit, they get criticized and called quitters and all this stuff. She's been called that too, but not to the brutality of men who are in competition. Men are not allowed to quit at all. Period. And so those who are in the sports world and talk about competition, go back and look at some of those old footages of black football players, NBA players playing with broken fingers, playing with knocked out teeth, playing and just playing to the end. And, I mean, gridiron and going. And none of them say, I can't do this. I need a mental health break. And then there were some women that say, so y'all would, well, don't be mad at her because y'all let y'all employers work y'all like a dog at y'all job. You know, leave it up to the sisters. I'm just saying, y'all, I want to say this, everybody is right. And I'm just standing by watching and observing and taking notes. Because it is something to it, because this reality is not the reality we think it is if we're not paying attention. And Simone Biles, you know, whatever it is, baby, you know, get yourself together. If you're playing games, well, it is what it is. You know, but in the meanwhile, back in the ghetto, black folks are still being used and manipulated, and poverty is still being promoted. So that's my concern. I chalk all that under the rich people's issues. I chalk all that under, what's up, Joel? Under rich people's issues. Hey, Chevrolet. I saw your Cabo pictures good. Look like he's having a blast there in Mexico. Oh, is that Cabo in Mexico? Yeah. So, you know, again, it could have been a myriad of reasonings. And she was saying, you know, I just need to take a break. But that might have been a script right there. So, Simone Biles, only you know why you really did, and you're not going to tell us either, aren't you? But we saw what happened to the black athletes. You know, and they got all the people around to help validate that. So we're going to talk about mental illness. Let's talk about it for real. Let's go to the black ghetto, the epicenter of mental illness. We're going to talk about trauma. Let's go to the ghetto. That's what trauma is daily. You folks who are millionaires, and I'm not, wait a minute, let me take that back. Because you make a lot of money doesn't mean you don't experience mental stress or trauma. Forgive me, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, let me take y'all, the people, you know, who actually who wake up to violence, who wake up to trauma. Not wake up with violence. Some of them do, a lot of people in the hood do. They wake up to violence. They wake up with trauma. They wake up to trauma. Let's all put our attentions on the hoods around here, all right? Simone's gonna be all right. She's gonna go and take a little break. She'll be back in a year or two. She's gonna be just fine. The same thing with the Sha'Carri thing. She's gonna use drugs, Sha'Carri Richardson. You know, you know, her mother just died. You know, somebody made a point, Buster Douglas, his mother died just a few days before he fought Mike Tyson. He still went in there and I'll say won the fight, continue with the fight. So, ladies, if you want equality, equality also means mental health too. Because if black men can push through whatever's going on in their personal life, whatever, and under the guise of equality, you should be held to that standard too. And I think that's what's going on. Simone Biles is being held to the same standard that women have fought for as relates to equality. If you want to be in men's spaces, you want to act like a man, well, put up with the same shit that men put up with. And keep forging ahead even when your mental health is being affected. You can't pull out your feminine or female card when it's convenient. That's not how it works, Simone Biles, Sha'Carri Richardson, whoever else. Another female that's all of a sudden pulled out of competition because of mental health issues. If you want equality and get to talking that feminist crap, well, that's equality. Black men and men of all races face the world every day. Criticisms or not, hard work or whatever. If y'all want this smoke, goddammit, you want to strike the match, don't trip about the smoke. And so I think I can end that right there. That's my thought on it. She'll be all right, and I'm always going to tell us to look towards the black ghetto. That's where the trauma is, the trauma that I am concerned about. That's where the mental health oppression is where I'm concerned about. Yeah. We're always worrying about trying to make sure people who entertain us are fine. People who living a lot better than we are, make sure they're okay for our own entertaining or entertainment aggrandizement. What about the people who can use a hand up instead of always just throwing handouts on Christmas and Thanksgiving? Y'all know what I'm saying? The work that social workers do who work in these inner cities. The work that teachers do who work in these inner cities. Hell, now teachers and social workers, goddamn, are the ones that go through mental health issues, but they forge ahead for as long as they can. So, Simone Biles, anybody else in this competition, just tell the truth. You might have just missed your little boyfriend. It happens. Because all it goes into, in closing, is the female nature. Naturally, women want to be at home and protected and provided for. And they want to sit home and be wives. And be under the covering, y'all follow me now, under the covering of a man. They do. Women naturally want to be under the covering of a man who's a protector, provider, hunter-gatherer. All these women out here putting on their boxing gloves, going out here and fighting the world, that's not built for your delicate hands and your mental sensibilities. Man, y'all, I'm sorry that y'all bit that feminist apple. Y'all let these folks, you strong, you independent. I just feel so badly when I see a strong, independent woman. I said, she ain't getting no love nowhere. Ain't nobody, she ain't got no covering at home. Only covering she got is with her dogs at the house. There's no man there providing cover. There's no man there providing protection. There's no man there providing, hunting or gathering for her. She's strong and independent and miserable as fuck. And because you go against your nature, ladies. Delve into your divine femininity. Teach your 12-year-old daughters. You can have your degree, you can do that stuff, but also don't let anything interfere with you being a woman and a lady. Because that's what men do. Men fall over themselves to provide for a lady and a sweet one. I know every other woman, I'm fine, I'm sweet, yeah. Of course. They're like every man want to say he has a big penis, and we know that's not true. Man, I'm tough, no, that's not true. I'm handsome, we know that's not true. So ladies, all of y'all ain't sweet, you're not feminine, you're not all that, even though you just swear for cheese and crackers, you are. So, but anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of your day, and doggone it, please have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I'll holler at y'all again, because, I don't stop running because it's Saturday, because it's Sunday. I keep it moving, because I have a goal, a physical goal. And I'm going to get this damn stomach off. Even if I don't get no muscles in my arms, I ain't going to have no stomach no more, because I have some medium shirts that I want. I have a closet full of medium shirts that, some of them are kind of fitted, and I don't want to look like that, thank you, Sharma. And I don't want to look like a 8th grade principal or elementary school janitor with that belly. You know how y'all see these dudes right here wearing the shirts with their belly popping through the middle buttons? I don't want to be that dude. And I be looking at these cats right here looking like, if y'all remember of Chris Farley from the show Saturday Night Live, he used to be that very excited coach. If you don't, he's a public inspirational speaker. If you don't go out there and try and you get hooked on drugs, you'll be living in a van down by the river. Pulling his pants over his belly. I don't want to be that cat. Okay? Y'all be cool, all right? Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank y'all for those of you, because my first live got cut off all of a sudden, but anyway, y'all be cool. We'll talk again in the future. Peace.